Kenny, come back. Where are you?
Here I am, here I am. Hello, here I am. Welcome, folks. Damn. Boom, straight up to the food.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Getting Closer With, and today I have a very very special guest. He's a beautiful artist based in Paris, Kenny Germain. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, whoever watched this. I'm Kenny, I'm 30 years old and I'm a so-called photographer, but I would say that I'm more storyteller, image maker, but yeah.
Today we are having food and drinks from a cafe nearby called Season. It's a friend of Kenny.
What's up, Caddy?
Yeah, what's up? If you can talk a little bit about your childhood. What kind of boy were you when you were little, and what were some of your interests?
I was born actually in the suburbs of Paris in the 93rd district, which has a very bad reputation of being like a ghetto suburbs. When I was really little, I moved back, moved back to my home island, which is Martinique in Caribbean Sea, because I'm both from Martinique and Guadeloupe, two islands that are really nearby. I moved when I was 7 to Paris. I was really shy. I couldn't talk to an adult except my parents.
Oh, really?
I would just run away almost. But yeah, I was super curious. I was reading a lot. I was kind of creating my own world in my mind. I had friends, but I was really like imaginative. I don't know if it's the correct word.
What kind of plan did you had set out for yourself? Like maybe your parents had another plan for your future?
First thing first, I wanted to become a fight plane pilot.
I can see you doing that actually.
I would love to do that till now. And then I wanted to be an archaeologist. I think that's how you pronounce it in English.
Yeah, archaeologist.
So I've been raised only by my mom, also this need to be noticed. And she never said you should do that or you should do that. She just said you should work hard for what you're willing to do.
She was very supportive of anything that you were interested in.
But open-minded.
Okay.
So she was supportive.
She was objective, like she was a realist.
Exactly. I did taekwondo for 10 years. That was my choice, but she never said, oh, you should do tennis or you should
I'm inserting a photo of this now here in this video. Yeah.
So yeah, there was at home like some Time magazine or Life that was like hanging here and there. I love, first of all, the format, the picture of like a war zone most of the time, or something very sad but a beautiful picture that you would frame at your place, even if it was a war zone. And I'm like, damn, I know what I want to become. It's a war reporter. My dream was to tell the truth and just take beautiful picture alongside nice text. And I think that that was in my mind.
What moment or person made you pick up photography for the first time?
A friend of mine, Benjamin, was the guy who was filming us while we were doing skateboarding, because I'm doing skateboarding since I'm a kid. This guy was like having all sort of tools, like a motion camera, film camera. We would go to his place like Polaroid, all this what we call goodies. We went on eBay together and he just showed me the price. And I didn't have an eBay account back then. And I was like, damn, this is okay. And went through film camera, that's what I put. No brand, nothing. And I put from the cheapest to the most expensive and about the cheapest. And it arrived, it was in this massive box. It's like a replica of a camera. It was in plastic. Those fake settings, fake button that doesn't even turn. And I'm like, damn, okay, I have this object, I need to film.
What are the 3 most valued qualities for you when it comes to being an artist photographer?
First of all, be curious. Because as I say, you're telling a story, so you need to have your own culture or a culture to tell, and be true to yourself, your own values and what you represent.
But a lot of people say that and mention it, but it's much harder than it sounds.
I never said it's easy though. I'm true to myself in a way that I express what I know, what I study, what I was really interested into. Oh yeah, be dedicated, hard work. It can sound glamorous, that work, it sounds cool to the people. You should not take it lightly. It's not just taking a camera, clicking, having a result in a magazine or for a brand or whatever. Even if the photography represents my name, so I cannot make any mistakes somehow. For me, it's still a hobby.
Yeah.
It's my work, but it's a hobby.
see.
So I'm having fun on set.
Yeah.
But there is pressure because at the end, what pay my bills and what put food in my plate is my hobby. Like my biggest fear would be to hate taking a camera and hate the object and hate food.
Feeling like you're forcing yourself to do a shoot.
Because it happened to some friend of mine and they cannot touch the camera anymore. They're like tired of it. And I'm like, yeah, because they put so much pressure that they kill the hobby.
Yeah,
and
for
we're
sure.
not saving life.
Find this balance. Yeah, exactly. We're not saving lives. It's like
I'm
we
not a
always...
surgeon. I'm not a lawyer. I'm trying to make people consume fashion. So at the end, let's be realistic and not over-exaggerate.
Yeah. Would you say you're judgmental of your own work or more of a reflective character?
I'm not seeing what isn't good, but what I could had more. I'm like, shit, there, the light could have been this, and pose could have been that, and but once it's done, and I've done this very short review, thinking what I had in mind, but I'm like, what's next project?
It's more like the hardest part is noticing the mistakes, actually.
Exactly, because I mean the toughest part in life I would say is to get several perspectives in one person, because I see my photos only through my eyes. Unless I put a photo in a mirror and I see it through a mirror, that would be a different perspective. But
what goes through your head when you are working on a new idea or project? Do you always create a personal mood board or collect inspirations for your ideas before?
Yes, because I kind of have tons of ideas going through my head, and I'm just trying to collect reference or writing down or make a mood board just as a memo. So a lot of photographers, they print their mood board straight up whenever I'm on set.
Exactly.
It can happen if I'm on like commercial job because we need to stick to that line.
Yeah.
But on an editorial, I'm mostly checking my phone and sometimes not sharing this to
with
everybody.
Everyone,
just to say, okay, let's have a little bit of randomness happen and like magic happen.
You allow some space for improvisation.
It's you need to.
Okay.
Not too much, because I don't want to look lost in front of the model.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
want to be like, especially it's human contact. So sometimes beforehand I'm inspired by this from a model, and when I meet that person in real life, I could be like, hey, you inspire me a slightly different thing. Though I know some photographers that are planned, even draws the pose and the lighting, which is amazing because they know from A to Z what they're gonna do. I admire that. I wish somehow I would do that just for self-confidence. Because sometimes I'm like, when I'm struggling to get my shot, I'm like, I wish I knew already. But it is not me, so what
is the wildest concept you ever had to work on? It can be good or bad experience.
Wow.
Or like
wildest.
Shoots.
The first one is a story called Personal Jesus. Sorry. That's the name of that story. It was for King Kong magazine, if I don't say a mistake. So basically, we had two male model named Luca.
You're one of the models?
No. I'm camera shy, actually.
He really is. Like, I really had to push him to do this.
True. And it's a story about like kind of vampire mixed with possession, and like very dark story. So the guys are like painted in white. It's a mix between Nosferatu from 1922 and Dark Shadows. So this guy with this black wig and I think they have contact lens, and we went to where I live, Beaugrenelle. We shot the whole story outside. My budget was like €0. Everybody, hair, makeup artist was outside in the cold. That was kind of intense. And the second one is a one called, I call it Marie the Farmer. It's for interview.
My favorite shoot.
Thank you. And it was a massive challenge with all the love to interview and Mel. Me and Edem, who is my best friend and stylist signed at Total too, like Mel Ottenberg as well, who is the fashion director of Interview magazine. Well, he rejected so much of our ideas, and we're like literally that close to say, okay, we're not shooting, because Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France, was super controversial because she was really detached to a people.
She was in utopian reality, like completely,
And I'm like, she's a total utopist. So let's create a new utopia with a black Marie Antoinette, which is kind of a more witchy, weird Marie Antoinette, younger, and I don't know,
Yeah.
more from my crowd. 2 days before, we didn't have the model I wanted at first, but then we got the amazing Asa.
Yeah, she's so amazing.
Amazing, perfect. And I was with Eden, the stylist, and we're supposed to go to this place that rent like costumes from their
Period costumes, yeah.
exactly, and they said, where's the model? I said, but she cannot come. She's coming on set. I said, no, we don't do that without a model because they're super precise with what they do. And I see Eden just in front looking like super empty. And I'm like, should we go? I said, no. I'm like, why? We need to do the shooting. He's
Yeah.
like, no, we cannot. I said, why? I said, I went there and they literally told me to fuck off. And I was like, the both of us in the 20th district or 19th, sad, one day to go shoot. Not even 24 hours, like, I don't know. The styling was arriving more or less. Nothing was really on point. And we're like, wow. So we call our agent, Justinian, the head of Total, who really motivated us. Was like, no, guys, come on, do that. It could be really major.
Yeah.
And let's try to have props that are funny. Like, okay, and good energy flowing. Also, production-wise, the
Yeah.
budget was super tight, so we
Yeah.
wanted like animals, and all that. They're like, no, you cannot get that. You cannot.
It's
get
actually good that you didn't have any animals, that you just
Yeah.
focus on the models.
and
It's
that's
more
super
powerful.
straightforward. Like the models,
Yeah.
the vibe, boom, white, beige.
I mean,
backdrop.
hard work paid off, you see. But,
Exactly. The only dark point was that it was taking so much time between looks, like literally an hour. So we overtimed. So we paid a lot to the studio from our own pocket, but it was so worth
Is
it.
this worth it? It's literally my
And-
favorite shoot.
It's a good life lesson.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through, don't give up because you never know how it's gonna turn. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah.
Like, do it until the end, and then you'll regret it or not. But
Exactly.
Yeah, don't give up just yet.
Never give up.
Okay, high five. It was a good shoot.
Thank you.
But what would you say it actually takes to make a good creative product, and what are some key elements that are necessary for you to succeed?
What I was saying earlier, a good product at the end is an honest thing. Like
Yeah.
an honest body of work, always gonna be more subtle, sort of sensitivity to it
Yeah.
that you cannot fake.
I know that the majority of projects you work on, you really try to promote Black culture and like push more working with Black models, and I guess you also always have your input to do casting. What does it mean to you?
Well, for me, first of all, it's like paying tribute to my culture, my people. In this fashion industry, well, Black culture never been that well represented. Like, if you check a show from 2009, out of like, I don't know, 40 models, they would have sometimes 0 Black models. So that I need to represent it. It's kind of, I'm not saying that I'm the one who is leading the Black culture, but I'm saying that because a lot of trends were taken from my culture, but never paid tribute to the culture that. But also, I don't shoot only Black people. A lot
Yeah,
of
of
people come
course.
to me, it's like, oh, it's so cool, or why you shoot only Black people?
It's just that it's also very important for you to
It is. If we don't tell our own stories, people are gonna do it for us, and it's never gonna be 100% right. It's always
Yeah.
gonna miss something
When are you most satisfied with your job?
on set. And synchronization, happy, they like what they can see in the digital return if there is, and they put all this energy. I'm like also supported by everybody energy to do even a better story. So enjoy the drive, because that's the realest moment. The outcome.
That's what you will be looking back at the
Yeah,
most,
that's
like just in your head, in your memory. Fuck, everyone was really happy and the vibe was good, and just I was really satisfied with what I saw, and it's not the final product.
It's not a final product, and it's also the story that is gonna never be told. So
Yeah, that's another thing, because I know you never, ever post from
Behind
behind the scenes. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like a rule
Whoever
of
wants to
yours.
work with me, that's very important. Never ever post behind the scene. Never post stories.
I'm zooming in on your face when you say that to the camera.
It's important. Don't.
Do you have a favorite photographer, painter, or musician whose work you always come back to, regain inspiration or healing?
I have a bunch of artists that always kind
Yeah.
of turn. It could be from Rock Coda, the painter, Rick Owens in its whole universe, or Miles Davis in his craziness, but also sort of chill vibe. And
Also, for me, like I feel like living in a city like Paris, being an artist, it's more like you really just gain inspiration from people around you, and like energy.
it could be my mom, Adam, Sam, Marc-Antoine, people that I'm like name dropping, but
Yeah,
I'm quite happy and very lucky to have such inspiring people. Whatever they're like, the aspect, whatever they're doing, they're not only working in fashion, they do other things.
Yeah. Would you have a consistent style? If you do, how do you maintain this aesthetic? Where you aim your camera?
For example, I really love to have like a profile portrait. Like that is almost like a gel picture, because this is the idea I have in mind. I love to shoot from a low angle as well. I love to use contact lenses to change the color of my models often. I like to kind of not disguise them, but to make, for me, there's that kind of like it's a sort of theater play. We're on stage and they play a character.
Also, I know you shoot film a lot. What does film photography add to your work, you think, and your way of working?
First of all, it's a aesthetic choice in a way that if I would shoot only digital, I could spend hours of tweaking things to get the good color grading.
Oh God, and it makes you mad.
Choosing a film, first of all, make a choice from that moment. You choosing a Polaroid 400, a Fuji Pro H400, which doesn't exist anymore, but whatever the
you
film
can still
you're
choose
using,
it in your head.
it's a vibe. It's like, okay, I'm deciding to take a direction. Then it gives a bit more of a texture. There is grain, obviously, some saturation that you cannot get. I want to create an object. Like, I want people to ideally print a picture and bring it home. So a printed picture should come from a real photography, which is a film. If you come from a digital, it's fine, but it makes no real sense, you know? So yeah, I shoot film. I'm also to focus on framing, and I know my light is on, and I'm like, okay, focus. Otherwise I'll be like, look at the screen, and lose the spontaneity.
Yes, spontaneity.
Double check this one. It's like, let's say it's like a communication. We talk, and what if I had my phone there? I'll be like, oh yeah, that would be the return screen.
Yeah.
So the conversation will be like kind of busy by somebody else.
Yeah.
Shooting films like I have my camera, I can just click, nothing else.
Yeah, it's more intimate.
So I'm like talking to you, and we have a real dialogue on stage. On sets.
When do you feel the happiest in your life?
When my friends are happy. That's life in general. When friends are really happy, it makes me happy too. Like a good friend of mine got a baby recently. He's gonna get married in the summer. It makes me super happy. Or when I know that
TMI.
more personally is I would say when I realized an idea on set or whatever, because it's like giving birth somehow.
Yeah.
It's like something you have in mind.
Even though you're a man, but
with all respect due to the woman, because this seems like the hardest things ever to do.
Yes, girls, it is hard. What would you tell your younger self and advice if you could?
I don't know what to do. Cheers, it's empty, but I would love to tell my younger self, doubtless, there are more. What if I would just express everything? Maybe I would be there, maybe I would be there, maybe I would be there.
How do you find this confidence to like dare and doubt less?
Because I have deadlines, because I need to put some food in my plate.
Yes, this is the answer, you see?
But just this pressure of like, I need to show, I need to survive, I need to still swim in that ocean.
Yeah.
Make me do it. And that's very important, because as I said, I was a very shy kid. So it is still tough for me to arrive on set with a big team and everybody talking to me, but it's good because it's kind of a set therapy. My shyness goes away shooting after shooting after shooting.
You've done other things before, like being a stylist as well. You had a retail store?
Yeah, I was running to retail store with a friend at some point. I went through different mediums, but I think that now is the mediums at the moment that make me express the best. Not that I said I found, I'm like, I would never say this is my medium. But so far I'm still doing it. So
and doing it well.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is the end of our interview.
Wow, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you so much for coming. It really means a lot. And
my pleasure.
Just give this video a like and write in the comments if you have any questions for Kenny and me. This is it for today. Have a blessing, beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Okay.